Today, guys, is going to be an absolute wild video because we're going to be showcasing the King Arthur unlock on the channel and giving you exclusive information that we all figured out during the event. And I need to big shout out, big thank you to the member of the public that came forward to collab with the channel to showcase this event for you guys so we can make this content for you and entertain you and obviously educate you guys if you ever try to unlock King Arthur. So with that said, let's dive into the video. Let's explain how to unlock the event and how to unlock King Arthur. So in order to unlock King Arthur, guys, you're going to need to get to VIP 17, and that does estimate anywhere between spending around 20,000 all the way up to 50,000 and beyond in order to achieve that through Empire coins alone. Yes, it's kind of crazy, and that is because of it is the super end game VIP. You're not supposed to get there obviously day one or within the first week of playing Age of Empires Mobile. But when you do achieve VIP 17, you're gonna get access to the exclusive chest. This exclusive chest is going to be a bundle. You buy it, you're going to get 10 medals for your King Arthur, which allows you to unlock him. But then when you unlock the hero, you're going to get the King Arthur Arrival event. And that is the only way you're going to get exclusive rights to this event is by unlocking him. And this event is kind of crazy. You're going to be flipping cards over by spending cards that will consecutively get increasingly more and more each time you flip a card, to a point where it will reset once you got all of the rewards and you go again. And that's basically how it works out. And we've got data on how much those coins cost and everything when we go into the gameplay section. So now we kind of understand now King Arthur, how you're going to obtain him, how you're going to unlock him for your accounts. Let's actually go into the game mode. Let's showcase the event, what you guys have been waiting for, and give you some numbers on this, because it's kind of crazy what you're about to witness, I promise. So we're here on the King Arthur event, and what we're about to witness is over $2,000. Yes, you heard right, $2,000, guys, being spent on this event, because it is crazy on how much money this event is going to cost you. And I'm going to break down all of those numbers while we kind of go through this event, right? So one thing I do want to explain before we dive in is the spin mechanic. The spin mechanic is a accumulator, meaning you're going to watch it on the very first spin cost you one of these tokens. The next time you're going to see it, it's going to be two, right? And you're going to see this accumulate over the game, right? And I'm not going to spoil what it goes to, and I'm going to leave that at the end and hopefully keep you guys an eye out. And at the end, when we get to that total, I will spoil it for you and explain how much this actually costs, right? But we're going to spin this, right? We've got 49 tokens. And again, big shout out to the member that collaborated for this video. It was honestly a pleasure talking to you in the Discord, and we had a really good time just having a laugh while this was going on and figuring out a lot of information for you guys for this video, right? So here you can see it's gone already to 2. He's spinning to 2, right? And he's going to be picking the next one. But what he wanted to showcase is the bundles, right? And these are the bundles. And this is what is absolutely crazy, because you can see at the very far end, the event purchase limit, obviously he's got 50 of these tokens. He already spent one to get that one unlock, and that's why he's at 49, right? He's spent $500 in order to get 50 tokens, guys. So yes, $100 for 10 of these tokens, which does equivalent to one of these tokens is $10, right? And you can see there's a 50 bundle, there's a 30 bundle, there is obviously going to be like an 1849 bundle, and so on, right? But we wanted to kind of showcase that for you guys. Look, each one of these spins, each one of these fragments is $10. So right now, this is a $20 spin. And then you're going to see in the next one, it's going to accumulate again. And you can probably guess, but it's going to be a $40 spin, right? And this is going to keep accumulating up until you reach the final goal of all 10 rewards, and then it'll reset back down to 1 and you go again, right? So while we're doing this event and we've been talking about it, you can see how the rewards are now being passed out. And we were obviously wondering, like you guys probably are these rewards rigged in a specific order, or are these event, rewards in a specific, structure no matter what, like, or is it just random? Could you get lucky, right? And you'll notice already on the very first one here, and we're on the 16 killer, that's $160 here we've just seen spin. It's obviously hit the 9. And now he's going to get the 30 and the 20. It's going to cost him another 16, and he doesn't have the token. So with a quick, nice little transition, a little bit of editing technique there, right? We've got the next bundle, and you can see he's at 55 tokens. So right now, from last to this spin, this is $1,000 already spent into that 2,000 that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, right? So that's kind of crazy on how much this is. And just think, guys, $500, he's not even finished the very first page. And this is what is kind of savage when it comes to the King Arthur Super Kraken hero. I would definitely say 4 players in the end game, especially if you're trying to get it right now in the early game. You need to be a Kraken in order to get this, right? But look at that. We got the 30 unlock before the 20 bomb, right? So that's very interesting. Was able to get that. Really cool. Happy days. We've got the 30 medals, so he's happy that he's finally got it. But at what cost, right? At what cost? Because the final one here is a 20 bomb. It's a 20 bomb. And if you guys have been paying very, very close attention, the accumulation of these, and now we're back at 1, is in a set path. And I'm going to put those numbers down here or around here, down at the bottom strip, so you guys can see that and the total. So these numbers go in a 1, 2, 2, 4, 4, 8, 8, 16, 16, 20 mode. So that is how much it's going to cost you to fully max out this event. And in dollars, that's obviously going to cost you 81 coins in total, which is equivalent to $810 in order to max one of these pages out. And you're going to need to do a lot of these pages, and we're not going to spoil it because obviously we're going to now let the gameplay kind of tell the story now as we were going through on how many medals now is he going to unlock, right? Because he's going to be spending $2,000, and for $2,000 you best hope he's going to get a decent amount of medals, right, in order to unlock this hero and push it through. So it's going to be on the open field, because at the end of the day, everyone's probably wondering, is King Arthur worth it, right? Is this hero worth this insane, monstrous mama jamma of a investment into your account? Is he actually worth it, right? And a lot of people don't know that because obviously there's not enough players with this King Arthur hero out there. So a lot of the big whales that potentially could be buying him are technically holding off. And I do think that is the correct choice, right? Especially if you're trying to invest correctly and spend correctly in this game through your own decision making, right? It makes sense to get all the information first before diving into this hero. But this guy is a monster, and I'm going to call already a pioneer of, the whole Age of Empires mobile community, because he's willing to unlock this hero and obviously put the investment in so you guys, me, everyone, right, can see, is this guy actually good? Because we're going to do some open field testing later down the line. It's going to come to this channel. So I hope you guys are ready to watch some open field testing with King Arthur down the road, right? And if you are, hit the subscribe button, because that's the only way you get notified, right? And then on top of that, we're going to do some more interesting stuff, because at the end of this video, I am going to showcase, obviously, how many medals he was able to unlock for his King Arthur and give you my opinion. Is it worth it, right? And I kind of left that in the video. It's really funny that the alarm clock popped up, and I was going to edit it out, but I thought, you know what? It is a wake-up call. It is a wake-up call to you, to me, and I'm saying this directly to the person who spent all of this, because we were joking about it. It's like, mate, your phone's telling you to wake up because this is not the right call. Like, we're having some really good banter between ourselves in here. So it was a good, honestly, good time, a really good collaboration. And again, if you guys want to collaborate with me on the channel and provide footage or formations and talk about stuff, you can hit me up on Discord and I'm able to do that. And that's what we're trying to do to the Age of Empires mobile community, right? So to finish this off, let's just kind of overall talk about, again, the whole dynamic of the situation. We've just watched here this member of the public drop $2,000 on King Arthur to spin this a total, I think, of 4 times, nearly 5 times for his account. It's going to allow them to obviously get so many medals, which we're not going to spoil. We're trying to keep that all the way to the end for you guys. And that's going to allow him, obviously, to see what does a $2,000 investment do? Because in theory, when we look at the percentages now, which we kept all the way to the end so we could showcase this, how much are you going to need to spend? Because to unlock that 30 bomb in the early, right? If you're trying to get that 30 on the very first 1 coin, you've got a 0.01% chance. And I'm just saying, if you're trying to compare that to something in the real world, let's just put up some World of Warcraft mounts in history that you could have gone for in a raid that is probably the same amount, and it takes you years to grind them, right? So it's just funny at these percentages, but it doesn't really matter too if you are spending, because if you're spending, you are going to go for the 10 bomb in order to get all of the rewards anyway, because let's be honest, 10 universal sculptures and the 5 is kind of nice. Plus, you're getting 30, 20, and 9, so in total, you're getting 59 sculptures for your King Arthur every time you go through. So how much is this going to cost someone to max out a King Arthur? Who knows? We're going to see that later down the road when it comes to, you know, the big spenders. Because on average, we're going to assume, honestly, it's going to cost people over, again, 10, 20K just to max this one hero out on your account. And that's probably the same amount of money it cost you to get to VIP 17. So just think of that. The amount of money it took a person to get to this event in order to play, in order to unlock King Arthur, they're probably going to be spending that same amount of money in order to max the hero out, which is insane. And if people are willing to do that, do you know what? I'm not going to hold back. They can do that and support the game, because it's that type of support, let's be honest, that makes these games get better development, better game modes, better gameplay, all this new, you know, mechanics and events for you guys, content for me, right, to keep making videos on so we can all enjoy it. So I'm not going to hate on it. Whales are whales. They were here to help, right? But that is the end of this kind of shebang. We did get to the end here. He was going to go for the last 3, but there was a little problem. So obviously he was able to do this, and I'm going to showcase what he's able to do now from that King Arthur event. So here we are, the King Arthur, and I will showcase a picture as well afterwards that he is able to get this a little bit further, because he was able to progress it a little bit further after this video, which obviously no mind, right? But let's see how many medals he unlocked, right, for $2,000, because that's what the big golden question at the end of the video you've all been waiting for, right? Let's see. So we've got our King Arthur. He looks like an absolute Chad, by the way. He absolutely looks like a monster. But when we go into these stars, are you ready? 118 medals. So let's guess, if you know that, guess how far this is going to take him. Because you can understand, if you've been playing this game for quite a while, yes, you're going to get that 1 star. Amazing, we got a 1-star pop-up on the King Arthur. Now let's go to the 2-star, right? So we're pushing through the 2-star, boom, 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 bam, pow. We've got the 2-star. Now, we're here on the 3 stars, and there we go. Already 2.3 on the upgrade. So for $2,000, he was able to 2-star King Arthur and only get him 3/5 of the way there. And you gotta remember, when we get to the 5th pip, it's not 16, guys. It's doubled almost, right? It's a lot more than you need to pay already. So It's crazy what you have to do. And this is where I'm going to just kind of pop up a nice little image that he sent later down the line, that he has got this hero now 2 3 stars at least. And I think that's a really good call, because a lot of people are probably wondering, is a 3-star King Arthur worth it? Is it going to beat other heroes in the game like Miyamoto? Who knows, right? And to kind of finish off this video, what we're going to do is transition into the live game. And let's give you my opinion on King Arthur. And that kind of concludes our video here, where we've explained how you unlock King Arthur through the VIP 17 store by buying an exclusive chest to get the hero that unlocks the King Arthur arrival event. We've gone through the numbers on how much each individual coin costs, as well as showcasing those bundles for you guys. So you know, just to get even 50 coins, it's going to cost you over $500. And in total, 81 coins is needed to max out this event, which is going to cost you around $810 in order to do so, right? So we've got all that info all in this video. Let's talk about my opinion. Let's kind of make this video a nice, good one to finish off. And I want to thank again you know I'm talking to you for providing this footage and allowing me to record it and honestly have a good time with you on Discord. You can kind of see the little Discord thing here where we were watching the stream. So a big thank you, honestly, to sharing your screen and having a good time with us in my own Discord. So it's been a pleasure. So with that, guys, let's go and talk about King Arthur. So what's my opinion on King Arthur? Is he going to be a good hero or not? Right? Because let's be honest, he is a massive investment. He has the piercing and active trait. So he has a really good active skill, and it's all about piercing damage, which is really, really interesting. He is also a warrior, really, really popular right now in the meta, running warrior style heroes, and he's infantry and cav. So he's very versatile, where people might want to rock him in a cav lineup, who knows, but a lot of people, I do believe, look at the infantry role for him, because that's where the main dynamic on comparison is. Is this King Arthur going to be better than a Miyamoto Musashi, right? And you can see even mine's 4-star. I've almost maxed him out myself. I'm going to try and get this over time. It's going to be a long road, but we're going to hope for that. But King Arthur, what gives him the edge over a lot of the other heroes? You're probably wondering. It is to do with his attributes. So if you look at the attribute overview here, this is kind of like a base value of his skills and his might and his armor, strategy, and siege, right? This is, remember, at level 1 on the hero. If we look at someone else like Barboza, Yi Sung-gae, you know, we even got Seong the Great here, right? And Bushira, their stats aren't nowhere near as comparable, right? Even if I go up to my Mulan here, these Mulan stats are all inflated, right? Because of her level, as well as her, you know, talent, and you name it. So when you look at just the base attributes for this hero, they are kind of cracked. 119 might is absolutely insane to go with. That is going to do some serious damage out there, especially the high armor, especially the high strategy, as well as a backup as well. These obviously ain't as important compared to the might for King Arthur, but it's still interesting that you have such high stats. Even the siege isn't even low, which is crazy, right? When we're looking at his skills, these are what we've got for the hero, right? When you unlock the hero without actually changing any of these skills, your main rage cost skill, so this is the open war skill you can activate on the open field, right? Deals might damage to 3 enemy troops in a fan-shaped area in front, and increases the hero's might, armor, and strategy by an additional 40 points for 6 seconds. Like, even though you've already got the attribute advantage in stats, you're going to get even more, and you're dealing some really good might damage here. You can click on this signature, you know, detail breakdown. You can see the bonus goes up to 184%, and this strategy going up to 22.08. This is obviously all the different, like, you know, detailings on it. Going into the next skill, this is kind of your rage and signature skill. So this is what you would see in the turn reports, right? So every time you're running a turn, this is kind of that main skill your hero is known for, right? You can't change this skill, remember, and this is what you have, but the Sword of Radiance. You deal might damage, and for every two times this is activated, the hero enters the Blessing of Glory state for 9 seconds, during which the hero ignores some of the enemy's troops' defense when dealing damage. This is honestly one of the most insane skills I've seen on a hero so far. Why? Because the thing is, you're building your marches and getting armor, and you're trying to make your, obviously, Legion deal as much damage and take the least amount of damage through armor gain. And the thing is, King Arthur is just basically saying, I ignore armor. I have defense penetration, defense mitigation, you name it, depends on what you want to call it, in my skill. So I don't care if you've got 100 armor, I'm going to maybe ignore 20% of it. And when you go into this signature skill, you can see this is a 14.9%, which goes up to 15.8% on the blessings. If you go into Blessing Glory, you can see this is just explaining that again. This includes might and strategy defense. Wow. Wow. Not just might, by the way, strategy. And I think that could be a really important case. Maybe someone is super smart out there with their King Arthur and goes, do you know what? Why not just run a strategy build, 2 strategists, right? And I sacrifice the 3rd bonus, but having that Arthur in there is actually going to be probably more better anyway, because I have just raw stats. So it'd be interesting to see what happens from here. The next 2 skills, these are obviously the ones you can change. This deals might damage to the enemy troop, and again, after launching a normal attack, deals might damage to the enemy troop and increases the hero's might by 15.8 points of attribute skill points, right? So really good skills overall, even if you don't upgrade them, right? Kind of what you want. When you go in, geez, you've got some really good skills in here. You've got Spirit Pursuit, again, after launching a normal attack, deals might damage to the enemy troop here, but good damage rate, 86.86%. Peerless Strike deals high might damage to enemy troop. High Spirit increases the activation chance of hero skills by 3.64%. This one skill is so good. It is obviously situational, and that's kind of why I wanted to mention this. It is depending on what formation you're going to run. There's no point taking this skill if a lot of your other heroes have really high activation chance, right? There's no point. But if they've got really low ones, that's when you're going to throw King Arthur in there to get that more consistency in your build, which is really good as a toolbox that other commanders may not have. I think that's just, again, the utility you get from King Arthur is kind of crazy. Furious Charge, a really good skill. This is kind of a bread and butter skill kind of as well for like Mulan players. So if you play Mulan, you should know this. This is every time a hero activates their signature skill, which for us is all the time because we're going to be doing it, right, with the blessing stacking. Increase the hero's might damage by 3.94% up to 5 stacks. Like, these are just infinitely better than your Infuriation you've got down on right now, right? So this is a straight upgrade. You go from Furious Charge into Infuriation. You're good as golden. And then your next slot could be something situational, up to you, right? So is King Arthur good? In my books, I actually do think he is a monster of a hero. The whole fact that even his attributes is crazy high makes him a really good an insanely powerful commander to have in your lineups, and it'll be interesting to see what you're able to do, because obviously the game will recommend you warrior lineup. So here's a warrior cavalry lineup with Arthur, with Harold, and Attila, or you can run Rani, and then you can do something similar but with the good old swordsman, where you have your King Arthur, Tribuana, which is an amazing hero, or Miyamoto if you want to switch that out. And you've got here as well Julius Caesar, either King Derek, which everyone can earn for free, just to showcase a free hero in one of the best potential lineups for this guy, or a Harold, right, as a replacement. So again, you have actually a lot of versatility that you could do with this hero, and maybe you ignore the triple warrior bonus, go for a double, bonus for tacticians, and try something else out, which could be really, really interesting. So there's my thoughts on King Arthur, and that's going to make the ending of the video. We've gone through it all. We'll play his amazing cinematic when you unlock King Arthur in the background to finish off this amazing video. So if you've enjoyed it and you thought this information was really good, you've learned a lot, even if you're not going to be spending, you just understand, wow, what people have to do to unlock this hero is crazy. If you appreciate, you know, to do, smash a like, comment, and subscribe. A big shout out and thank you to the member again that's provided all the footage to help us make this amazing video and collab on the channel. And with that, we're at the end. So until the next video, guys, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.